Hi everybody and welcome to this really scientific comparison video between the original OP-1 and the newer OP-1 field. After my previous video comparing the OP-1 with the OP-1 field, there were some comments regarding the output volume and that I hadn't matched the output volume of these two devices. But guess what, for this video I've gone all in and really set up these two devices to match up as close as possible. Just a quick reminder, I released a sample pack or a preset pack for the OP-1 field and the OP-1s called the Trigon OP, which you can check out at store.monitomedia.com, and you get some really sweet sounds for your OP devices. The sound pack also works on OP-Z and basically any type of sampler, since I also included basic wave files in the sound pack. So for the first test here, we're using a patch from the cluster synth called the bass phase. If we look at the OP-1 field, you can see I have the same patch, cluster bass phase. For these two patches, we have removed the effects. And I've also removed the LFO for both these patches. And if we go into the mixer of the OP-1s, you can see that on the first track, we have the volume set to 99. We have no EQ going on. A nice little addition to the OP-1 field is that you can see the frequency spectrum behind the equalizer, which you couldn't really do in the original OP-1. And we also have the same amplitude set up here for the mixer. We have the volume set to 85 and the drive to 0 and a 25 millisecond release for the final limiter. And if you pay attention to the volume knob, you can see that we have the original OP-1 set to the max here for the volume, and the OP-1 field, which has a much more powerful amplifier. It's only set to like 1 o'clock. So that's also another difference between these two devices, that you have a lot more output and also a greater sounding speaker on the OP-1 field. So that's how the devices are set up. Then I have the same amplification setting on my audio interface. And if we look at Logic Pro, which is the recording application, we get about minus 4.3 dB for the original OP-1. And we should get about the same on the OP-1 field. On the master bus in Logic Pro, I have the multimeter so that we can see the frequency spectrum and also the LUFS and the true peak. So this is the original OP-1 and the OP-1 field. And if we play this in succession, so as you can hear, there's a lot more punch and a low end, and actually you can hear like the much broader frequency spectrum on the OP-1 field compared to the original OP-1, which, like I said in my previous video, sounds much more lo-fi. So let's go 2 octaves up. Like when we go higher up the keyboard range, you actually hear less of a difference between the original OP-1 and the OP-1 field. But as you go lower in the register towards the bass register, you hear a lot more difference. Okay, so let's try another sound. So on the original one, we can set the digital auto repeater. We have the same preset on the OP-1 field. So again, a little bit more punch on the OP-1 field. The dimension synth isn't really available on the original OP-1, so we have to set to another synth. Let's try the DNA synth. The next patch, DNA Decept, we need to remove the effects and remove the LFOs. And I think that the DNA synthesizer here has been adjusted for the OP-1 field. It actually sounds much more gritty here on the OP-1. Much more hi-fi, but you might want that gritty sound. The delay synth here is also stereo on the OP-1 field, so that probably also affects how this sounds. You can hear the stereo spread in on the OP-1 field. But actually a very, very nice and gritty and sweet sound on the original OP-1. So out of the box, the FM synth big bottom patch sounds much more gritty on the OP-1 compared to the OP-1 field. Now we can't obviously compare the sampler engine between the OP-1 field and the original OP-1 because all the patches are different between these two devices. But what I can say from sampling into both these devices is that, yeah, as you can hear, the OP-1 field has a much more high fidelity sound engine overall. But maybe if you're after that really lo-fi and kind of trademark OP-1, original OP-1 sound, well, get the OP-1 and maybe pair it with an effect unit to get a better reverb, because the spring reverb in the OP-1 is not that good. This patch has the new mother reverb, which is just lovely. Right, so that concludes my more scientifically comparison video on the OP-1 field and the original OP-1. Please let me know in the comments what you think about these two devices. And if you're interested to purchase the OP-1 or the OP-1 field, please use any of my affiliate links in the description to this video. Please leave a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.